Hey buddy, Luxinda Swirl here. We are going to do a box opening and see what we got today. This is from Cup-A-Saurus. They make tumbler turners. I did not get one of those. I got something else. Actually, I got a couple other things that they also make. I'm excited to see. Try it out. Yeah, okay. Very, very well taped. Wow. Very well taped. Okay. Oh my goodness. Let's get this out of here. Take a quick look. Yes, this is from Cup-A-Saurus. We got the Cup-A-Saurus Foam-tastic Cup Turning Foam 4-pack. And I got the Cup-A-Saurus Tar Pit Epoxy Mixer. Ugh, say that. I can't, obviously. So, just cut our way down here. Very well packed. Okay. That's so cute. Here's a piece of our foam. Now, what I don't know, they do list the diameter of the hole in the middle, and my two cup turners came with non-US measurement PVC pipes. So US measurement, as you may know, is like inches. And non-US is metric. And these are not quite an inch in diameter. And this is supposed to be about 3/4 of an inch. So it should be close, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to kind of force my cup turner wands into this hole. It's foam, it should expand. That's the whole, kind of the whole idea here. And then once we have it on the arm, it should collapse and then expand to fit any cup I have. So we're gonna give that a try in a second. Let's get through everything in the box first. That is for the epoxy mixer, which I believe is this. Okay, so this is 3 more pieces of foam because I ordered the 4-pack, so I've got 4 pieces like this. All right, that out of the way, and we will unwrap my tar pit. These tar pits get rave reviews. It's not like mixing epoxy has been particularly difficult for me, because honestly it hasn't. I have done so few tumblers and I only have 2 turners, so it's not like I mix up a whole bunch of epoxy for different tumblers at one time, like a bigger operation. But at the same time, it's, 3 to 4 minutes when I can't be doing anything else each tumbler. And that does add up. So I thought, let's just see what all the excitement is about and get one of these. I will link to this company below. Alrighty, here's what we have. Incredibly well packaged. Wow. Look at that. There. All right, so this is for small amounts of epoxy, not large amounts. This wouldn't be something I would use if I wanted to cover a table, which I've done, or pour lots of molds, which I've done, or make a bunch of freeform geodes. Anything like that that requires more than a few ounces, this would not be particularly helpful. So what happens is this gets plugged in. The epoxy does not go directly into these cups, because then they'll be covered with epoxy, and that's not what we want. However, we have these nifty 3-ounce cups, but they fit in here like this. So you can do 2 batches or just 1 batch. You put your resin and hardener in the cups, and then you add the weight turner devices which are these things. They're very heavy, and you put them in there like that. And the cup turner turns the cups, well, the epoxy mixer, the tar pit, turns the cups using the gears shown here, and the weights stir the epoxy as it spins around. So let me plug it in and I'll show you what I'm talking about, even though I'm not going to mix up any epoxy right this second. I will use this. So we are plugged in. Let's move this over so I can get a better shot here. The weights are in place and I turn it on. You see that? The weights are spinning as the cups are spinning. And the epoxy and the hardener, the resin and the resin hardener would mix together with these in the cups. That's pretty cool. So, like I said, I'm just unpacking and testing now and showing this off. Side view of the gears going. There we go. We will come back later and I will mix up some epoxy because I have a couple cups I need to cover. So, I think that's it. Oh yeah, we were going to test out my wands on that. Now I have my wands. I've been using these $1 footballs from Dollar Tree and taping the arms in. I just want to see, okay, that's obviously going to fit, no problem. Easy peasy. So when these start to wear out, I will switch over to using these. Granted, they are not inexpensive, but they are supposed to be incredible memory foam. So these shrink and stay smaller every time I use them inside of a tumbler. This, however, is supposed to shrink down and then expand right back. So when you take the tumbler off, it expands back to this original size and basically never wears out. We hope. We shall see. This will be a test of both the epoxy tar pit and my new foam-tastic. Okay, stay tuned everyone. We'll be back to test these things out. Hey folks, Luxinda Swirl here. We are back because I promised you I would show you my new Cup-A-Saurus Tar Pit epoxy mixer when I use it. And I have 2 tumblers I need to layer with some resin tonight. So I am going to mix up 2 ounces total of resin. That means I'm going to be using the KS Liquid Art resin for this. That means 1 ounce of the resin and 1 ounce of the hardener. And then measure in my measuring cup, both go into this 3-ounce plastic cup. I am going to put the mixer device in, and also I am going to add multiple drops of my Marabou alcohol ink in the color Rainbow, which is just clear with some ultra super fine sparkly stuff in it, because I want sparkles on both of these, but not glitter. So that's what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to put the cup with the parts A and B of the resin and hardener and the mixer and the alcohol ink all in this bottom cup here, and that is just going to do its magic and mix them up for 15 minutes. I won't make you watch 15 minutes worth. I won't even fast forward. We will jump ahead to when I come back. Hopefully I will then take it out. I will put this, which will have epoxy all over it, into a little glass jar I have here full of acetone, and that's how it'll be cleaned off. It'll just soak in there and I'll clean it later. And I will apply my epoxy to both tumblers and cover them up, and hopefully that will be that. Let me gear up. I will stop talking because I'll have my gear on and the ventilation stuff going, and you'll just be watching. So here we go. Okay, we're back. It's the next day and we'll do a quickie debrief on our Cup-A-Saurus Tar Pit epoxy mixer. So let's start by seeing how the cups turned out. So let's see how our cups turned out, because that's really the true test of how the resin was mixed. They are dry to the touch. So here's the first one, and you might remember I put sparkles all over them. I think that turned out rather well. Now you probably can't see the sparkles as well as I can, but they are there. And they are beautiful. This added sparkle to even my, this was a Hydro Dip. I had some bald spots where just the white base coating showed through. Now it's all sparkly everywhere. So that turned out really pretty. Success number one. This was an acrylic paint pour onto a tumbler. So now it's all resined and beautiful and sparkly on top of the paint. Again, I don't know if you can see the sparkles, but they're there. Very faint, but they're beautiful. That turned out gorgeous as well. So I would say that the mixer is a huge success. The only problem I had, you may recall, from just seconds ago in this video, was when I first put the 3-ounce cup with the resin and hardener and alcohol ink into the mixer, and I put the little mixing wand in, which by the way cleaned up perfectly when I left it sitting in acetone for a couple minutes while I slathered resin on the 2 cups. So this cleaned up great with acetone soak and then baby wipe. But when I put the mixer in the cup and put the cup in the bottom holder of the Cup-A-Saurus Tar Pit, the whole thing overflowed right out the edge. So that's why I propped it up on popsicle sticks. That was a bit of a scary moment. I had already sloshed alcohol ink sparkles all over the place because the cap came off while I was shaking it up. And then it started sloshing the sparkly epoxy out of the cup when I first started it mixing. So yeah, you need to be careful when you first put your epoxy cup into the tar pit. It will possibly push the resin and hardener and any mixative you've added out of the edge, and it might require being propped up a little to keep all of the epoxy. And that was, keep in mind, that was only 2 ounces worth in a 3-ounce cup. It should have been okay. I guess I could have used the 5-ounce cup. That would have ensured it was fine. So something to learn, something to remember. You can either prop it up or use a bigger cup. Okay, so I'm really pleased with how these turned out. I'm pleased with my Cup-A-Saurus Tar Pit, and I think the whole test was a huge success. Thanks everyone, stay safe, I'll see you in the next video.